Access Studios, it's Ms. Rocki and Chaveevah's North End Update Live.
Bringing you the good stuff from a North End perspective. We see the good, we share the good, and it's making us
all look good. And we want y'all to be the good, will ya? Mm-hmm. All right, today's guest, newly retired Waterloo School System Administrator Audrey Wallican-Green and Dr. John Berry of the University of Northern Iowa. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right.
Lori, you know what time it is.
All right.
BOOMSHAKALAKA! Woo!
All right.
Every week, we don't know what time it is, but we're going to find out, right? Okay. It'll be natural after a while.
Oh, for sure.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You made it. It's Friday.
Yes.
Yes.
We're here, and we want to right off the bat shout out our special frequent viewers.
They're so special.
Like
I can hear
Green,
people. Excuse me,
Catalina
Diane.
Soto, Rick Reinhardt, Patricia Harris.
Yes, and Joyce Ann Phillips, J.R. Burt, Lynn Treelord, Neil, and Sherman Wise, the guy that bought us our first tripod.
Sure did.
Yes, yes, indeed. If you're watching us live right now, hello. And if you're watching us on MediaCom, hello, future.
That's right.
Right. Today's show will be aired next
Friday at 4 and Saturday at 10 on MediaCom Channel 17 or 79-4, depending on how your TV situation is situated.
That's right. And talking point will be go where you're appreciated.
That's right. Not just tolerated.
That's right. Somebody needs to hear this.
For sure.
All right, and today we have a Give It Air, and we're going to discuss the truth. And if we are truly a great nation, the truth will not destroy us. Now, that's a quote from our very own Waterloo Proud, Nicole Hannah-Jones.
That's right.
And we're going to talk about the origins of Memorial Day. Origins.
Yes, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't know the information that we're going to give out to you.
Yes, we have some comments right off the bat. We have the Picasso of Soul. What are our comments today?
We've got a comment from Mrs. Janice Durham. She's saying, I'm so glad to talk to you. You guys are talking about the origin of Memorial Day, that her kids thought it would be, honest to be telling the truth about it. Also, Doug Marshall says, it's so good to hear that all-in-one is definitely succeeding in the community.
Right. Yes.
Those are two comments for right now. We'll get back with you in a minute.
Thank you, Russell. Picasso of Soul. Newsflash, birthday people, Vera and Audrey Wallican both know how to sing really good. And we got Vera here today.
No, we
and
don't.
Dr. John Berry.
No, we
we
don't.
got Audrey here today. See, I get those sisters.
Just say a Wallican.
Okay. Okay. We're going to sing. That's what you really need to know, because John Berry can sing. I know that for a fact, right? Or almost. Okay. And we have our drawing today, and we're going to ask you a great question at the time, as soon as we introduce our guests, and we're going to see who wins that $25 gift card, Chaveevah, for Carpenters. All right. And I think it's time to introduce our guest.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely is. And with TV Magic, we're going to open up the shot, and we have to my right, who's opening the shot? Lori Dale. Yay!
Yes.
She is doing an amazing job. And we welcome you, Dr. Can I call you Dr. John Berry?
Yeah, well, yes.
You look like a doctor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My mother would thank you too in heaven.
Oh, I bet. I bet. It was so great to have you here today.
Thank you.
And we
Yes.
also
Honor and a
welcome
privilege.
you, Audrey. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're
and
so welcome.
Yes, and congratulations are in order too.
Yes,
Yes.
congratulations.
Yes.
We were there, girl, and you gave that speech.
Oh, thank you.
Had
thank
me
you.
all teary-eyed. Your
Oh.
parents and everybody, my favorite couple, they are.
Yes.
Yes.
63 years.
Oh,
Wow.
my
Yes,
goodness.
yes.
Wow, something for people to strive for.
Yes, Lord.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the Soul Town now. I know both of you are familiar with the Soul Town magazine. Cherie Kaba, our Waterloo own, started this magazine. And every week we have to recognize all of the wonderful things she does.
Yes, absolutely, because this magazine actually was a big inspiration for us starting the show that we did. We both were once writers for the Soul Town, and my particular beat, if you will, was what's really good.
Yes.
And that's what we were talking about, what's really good, what's happening in this community. And so there's never a shortage of wonderful things to talk about, and there's never a shortage of wonderful things to read about in the Soul Town.
That's right.
Yes.
And just look at our show. It's grown. We have 2 shows and sometimes 2 shows before the show. And because that's how much good stuff we have in our community.
Indeed.
Get your copy of the Soul Town magazine at thesoultownmagazine.com, or certainly pick one up at Earth's Beauty Supply.
That's right.
And don't forget that. All right. So let's talk to Audrey, because A starts the alphabet, so and ladies first. So we
Ladies
get to
first.
talk to Audrey. It's you all day. Our talking point today, Chaveevah, is what?
Which is brought to you by All In Grocers.
Yes.
Is go where you are appreciated, not just tolerated.
Right. Audrey,
Yes.
talk about it.
Okay.
What does that mean to you? Go where you're appreciated, not just tolerated. Does that
Yes.
resonate with your spirit?
It certainly does,
Okay.
because when you're only tolerated, like, who wants to be in that space? But when someone shows you appreciation, and you have to show that appreciation, not just say, I appreciate you, because that can be fake. But when
Okay.
people feel the appreciation, that makes a world of difference. So I don't want to be tolerated.
That's right. That's
yes,
right.
yes.
To me, this talking point means, also there's another one that kind of goes with it. Go where you're appreciated, not tolerated, as well as there's one I know. Here it comes. It's in my mind now. Some people are going to love you no matter what you do. And some people are going to not love you no matter what you do. Go where the love is, right? So I feel the same kind of difference with that, because why would you want to hang around your haters?
Right, right. Because there are people who will hate and pretend like they don't hate, but you should be able to discern that.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. We get ready to preach now, right?
I
We
will.
gotta
I'm not
give
the
me that
preacher in the
spirit of
family, but
discernment.
I know
right?
him.
Okay. How about you, John? What does that mean to you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm coming armed with Come Home
Okay,
to
right.
the HBCU sector, but I think the symmetry between a principal and a vice president who it has been an honor and a privilege to serve for HBCUs, historically black colleges and university, the symmetry is there, because we end up with Principal Wallican's human capital. She's trained them, she passes them on to post-secondary.
Wow.
So the symmetry is definitely there. And that's why I formed Come Home to the HBCU sector.
Come home.
I'm going to yield back. I thought that
I love
an
it.
outstanding principal was going to say more about her experience
Yes.
and all that
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff.
This is just our talking
Oh,
point.
okay,
We're gonna
yeah,
go back and
absolutely.
forth. Everybody's going to get a little chance
Absolutely.
here. But we just wanted to talk about that, our talking point, which was go where you're appreciated, which I know resonates
Oh,
with
I'm
you.
ready for that.
Right. You are ready for that.
I have my homily set.
And basically, since all of the fuss and the terrible decision about
DEI.
Getting rid of DEI,
yeah,
yes.
getting rid of that, it certainly resonates about going where you're appreciated and not tolerated. So, yeah, your thoughts, Chaveevah.
Well, I don't know. All I can do is echo what's already been said, and that is not wanting to. I mean, when you think of it even from a business standpoint, you go somewhere to spend your money. Money is hard I don't know about everybody else, it's hard to come by. And I don't want to go to a place or patronize a place where I'm not going to be treated well, where I'm not going to be given respect. And when I can go to someone who does appreciate what I have to offer, and that's just across the board with so many different things.
But haven't you seen lately that, so I worked at a store, and they're still in existence here, and the first rule was, the customer is always right. And the second rule was, if there's ever a question, refer to the first rule.
There you go.
But I
Yeah.
don't see that nowadays. Like, I
customer-
see people who are just really rude, and it's so disheartening. Like, we only have a handful of stores here, and when
Yeah.
you go to those stores and you're not treated with respect, it's just hard,
Yeah, it's almost like a teacher or a nurse. You got to be in the right job. If you're
Yes.
dealing with people, you should be prepared to be nice and kind.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to go ahead and, since we're talking about HBCUs, we want our first person, and Picasso will let us know who it is. name a HBCU. How about that? The first one that names one will win our $25 gift card from Carpenters.
Come
Okay,
on.
so name one, your favorite one, anyone, and then we will you'll announce that when the comment comes in. All right,
That's a good
Audrey.
one.
Yes.
Audrey, so tell us about how retirement's been. What's going on with you?
Well, honestly, I have not yet retired.
Oh.
Yes, I have not yet retired.
Oh.
My last day will take place in June. So our contract ends at the end of June. And so I'm kind of easing into it by taking some vacation days here and there.
Oh.
It has not been easy,
I bet.
but I am trying to adjust to that. On those days off, I ride by Kittrell. Like, I wonder what they're doing in there.
I know, wonder if I need to go in there and straighten them out.
I know, so I
Right.
just leave them alone. But yeah, I do have some plans for when I retire. I was telling Dr. Berry there that I am finishing up my dissertation. I have 2 chapters left to finish, and Dr. Meacham and
Dr.
Dr.
Audrey.
Booty have been helping me with that. And then I hope to, work part-time. I said part-time at a university in the area.
Oh, wow. What
Yes.
a blessing you are to our community.
How long have you been in education, Audrey, and how long have you been the administrator at Kittrell?
So I actually started at Hoover back in 1985 when I got my first degree. So I worked a year there, and then we lived in Germany for 3 years, and so I subbed there. And then I've been part of the Waterloo Community Schools for 26 years, 19 years as the administrator of Kittrell, 19 years in one building.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Yes.
Isn't that something? I want to clap at you. That is just a beautiful career.
Thank you.
And I just want to talk about your spirit because you've always been, when we first started, I remember you coming to our backyard and letting us know, to my backyard, but letting us know that you would be available for us. And that's back before we knew we needed a tripod. She would hold the camera or anything we asked her to do. And so we thank you for that as well.
I thank you for the glass of wine as well.
All right. That was a little incentive maybe because it was a beautiful summer day, I remember. Well, what do you want our viewers to know about education? What would you tell someone this is their 1985 and they're just getting started? What do you want to say?
I think as far as being an educator, that intentionality is really important. We really have to know what we're doing, and then we have to be intentional about what we do. We cannot play with the lives of children. We have to be serious when it comes to our kids. They only have one opportunity, and that opportunity lies within us. And so consistency and knowing about diverse populations. We used to do off-site visits, but because of COVID, we stopped that. But sometimes you have to get, not sometimes, but all the time, you have to get outside of the walls and see what's going on with our children because we have about 14 languages spoken at our school.
Wow.
And so there's just a mass variety of children and the cultures and things. And, kids may not come to school for a variety of reasons. And
Sure.
sometimes we're just like, well, they need to be at school. Well, they do, but we need to reach out to them and find out what's going on and try to assist them.
I love
Our
it.
attendance is not the best, and so in order to get it better, I think we're just going to have to start going out of the walls again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you heard that, you 1985ers. Great advice. And thank you so much for that. And we'll be calling you doctor as well real soon.
Real soon.
Yes.
Can I say that I would like to
Please.
do a $25 donation to All In Groceries, a gift certificate or
Sure.
something, if I need to run by and buy that or whatever, but I'd like for you all to give that to someone as well. I don't have money today, but I would love to do
Thank
that.
you.
Yes,
Of
yes.
course.
So
We
let me
will
know how to do that. and
definitely
I will
make
take
that
care of
happen.
you all with that.
We'll have a bidding war here, not a bidding war,
Right.
Principal Walker. I'm with you.
Okay.
Another 25.
Another
Okay.
$25. All right, we love it. Well, thank you so much because
welcome.
our store it's our store. We got to shop there, meet there, and eat there because
That's
that
right.
restaurant is something else.
Okay, all right.
Okay, right before we talk to Dr. John, I think we're going to do our Give It Air.
Oh, that's right. At this time, we'd like to have our Picasso of Soul talk to you about the origins of Memorial Day.
That's right.
Thank you. The origins of Memorial Day. When the Civil War ended slavery in 1865 and the port city of Charleston, South Carolina fell, one of its first things that was emancipated where men and women did was to give the fallen Union soldiers a proper burial. Nearly 260 Union soldiers had been buried in mass graves at the Washington Race Course and Jockey Club, where they had died as prisoners of war. The former enslaved people dug up mass graves and reburied the bodies in new cemeteries. Then, on May 1st, 1865, the formerly enslaved people, along with white missionaries and teachers, helped the unforgettable parade of 10,000 people on that race course. 3,000 black school children led the procession carrying armloads of roses, followed by several hundred black women with baskets of flowers and crosses. Then came black men by the Union soldiers and the other black and white citizens. This was the beginning of the Decoration Day, founded by freed African Americans as a ritual of remembrance. A national holiday, Memorial Day, began in 1868 when General John A. Logan called the former Northern soldiers and their communities to hold ceremonies and decorate graves of their dead comrades. But the first large-scale ritual of decoration for the African Americans was in Charleston. By their labor, their words, their songs, and their solemn parade on their former owner's race course, they created a remembrance that is observed to this very day. That history is at history.com and the Zen Foundation Project. Now back to Rocki and Chaveevah.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Russell.
Picasso of Soul. And now we're back. And that is just something, just another piece of history that a lot of people don't know or understand. So we really appreciate that. Yes. And now what do you have for Dr. John?
Well, Doctor, I would just like to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what your position at University of Northern Iowa. Are you?
So, disclaimer. I taught at the University of Northern Iowa in the School of Social Work for approximately a year as an adjunct professor.
Okay.
But mainly as a vice president of institutional advancement at historically black colleges and universities. And I'd like to thank you for having me come here and
so
to be
welcome.
along with a joint, if you will, a colleague and educator. She's the incubator, the crib, and as I indicated, we get the product.
The
if you
finished
will,
product,
the finished
high school
product,
product,
and on
yes.
to post-secondary. Again, thank you.
You're so
I am
welcome.
Thank you.
a proud
Being here.
member of the Southern University system.
Okay.
Southern University at New Orleans. I received my master's in social work in 1985 and my bachelor's in 1985 and my master's in 1987. A little dive into, for the audience and for others, how did we end up with historically black colleges and universities? No, black folks didn't sit around and say, we need to call these schools established to address the ravages of slavery, historically black colleges and universities. That didn't happen. It happened by way of the federal government. The 1965 Act of Higher Education stated that institutions born out of the ravages of slavery for slaves or enslaved people
Okay.
from 1964 back, henceforth, shall be referred to as historically black colleges and universities. A lot of folks don't know. That's a federal designation.
That is, I had no
That is
idea.
So is tribal colleges,
Okay.
Latino serving institutions, predominantly white institutions, traditionally white institutions. So we just need to get that out the way that's how that happened. The reason why I'm sitting here, if you will, and to provide you with some more information quickly, there are now existing 102 historically black colleges and universities, 50 in the private sector, 52 in the public sector, so they're both state funded as well as private institutions. And, excuse me, I wish to briefly talk about, if you will, the reason why I started the Come Home.
Come home.
Come
I
home
love it. Come
to
home.
the HBCU
Ah.
sector. There are approximately 20 states
Okay.
that are in one stage of dismantling DEI or have already dismantled DEI. Now, ladies and listening audience, let's just think about the words. Diversity? Who should argue about diversity? in equity.
Who's-
Everybody wants to be fair.
Right.
And inclusion.
Yeah.
I turned to my colleague. We have, although we've not worked together, I know that K through 12 elementary schools, you are preparing them for greatness.
That's right.
Regarding our great nation. But yet, equity, diversity, and inclusion somehow has posed some kind of problem, with the exception, and follow me, unless you are dribbling or throwing a football,
Oh.
or you
Yeah.
are throwing a basketball.
Okay.
Then there's no problems with the large Division Ones as it relates to
Imagine
equity,
that.
inclusion, and diversity.
Yes.
Ponder that thought.
Right. Isn't that?
But if you want to go to school
yeah.
for nursing, education, aerospace, engineering, well, I don't know. But you can throw a football for us,
Right.
and,
Come on.
and you can dribble a basketball for us.
Okay, we want to stop. I hate to interrupt. We want to stop you right there on that point. You gonna throw a football or basketball? Did we have a comment with the winner? Because these winners, they be hanging on and want to know. Did we have a comment? Picasso of Soul.
Yes, we do. We've got Miss Shirley Halton.
And
she
she-
says Jackson.
Jackson State,
All right.
Jackson
There's
State,
our winner.
and Mississippi.
That's right.
All right. All right. Now we will.
Congratulations, Shirley.
Congratulations, my sister Shirley. And now we're gonna go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so and hopefully I'll be invited back.
Of course.
I-
yeah.
I started this Songay, which was a powerful, dynamic empire in Africa, HBCU, and legacy. We must continue what is ours. These schools are ours. And now that the atmosphere in this country is as such that higher education, public higher education, has been attacked by state legislatures, this time around, God has fixed it that we have somewhere to go. We have somewhere to go.
Won't he do
and yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
We have somewhere
Always
to
has.
go to the point where, let me just point this out, and as the black ministers would say, if you never hear my voice again, I'm going to give you this information. Within the HBCU sector, and I have not finished this is just a snapshot. Six law schools, 4 med schools, 6 schools of pharmacy, 1 vet school, Tuskegee.
Okay.
Engineering schools and programs, 15. Nursing schools and programs, 32. Social work schools, 50.
Wow.
Computer science programs, 82. Education schools,
Yes.
and colleges, 75. Aviation programs. A lot of folks didn't know that we have aviation programs where
Wow.
HBCUs train the next generation of pilots. 7. Business schools that offer MBAs, business,
Wow.
23. Dental schools, 4. So
See, who knew?
whatever you want, and the other piece of this is HBCUs have always practiced diversity, equity,
thank
and
you.
inclusion.
That's the part we're going to end on because I want you to talk about that.
Well, prime example. You can go to Google this in the whole 9 yards, and I did, but I'm a prime example. Southern University of New York, Southern University of New Orleans. I'm a New York City boy. My class, I was the 3rd class, master's degree. And the makeup was 40% white, 60% black.
Okay. That's diversity. and
That's
inclusion.
diversity.
All right.
And I've been out postmaster for 37 years, so you can imagine what the number is. Now, I want to finish by, if I can,
Yes.
show this picture of Elizabeth Evelyn Wright. This is a dynamic sister. She died so early in life at 34. She was beaten, a Tuskegee graduate. She was beaten 11 times for attempting to start a school. This shows the power of black women.
Oh, yes.
It didn't deter her. She started what is now Voorhees University in Denmark, South Carolina.
Wow.
Do your homework.
Yes.
You are from greatness.
That's
You are
right.
from royalty. And I say to you, come home.
Come home.
Come home
I
to the
love it.
HBCU sector, where there are 3 gentlemen right quick here. I didn't talk to them, but I will tell you this.
Okay.
One's a renowned surgeon. The other one is an outstanding attorney. And the other one is an engineer. All 3 HBCUs.
Wow.
That live right here.
Awesome.
Love it, love it. And
Come home.
Yes, come home, and why not? I mean,
Yes.
diversity and inclusion does live there at
Yes.
HBCU.
It does.
That's a good thing. Great. Well, thank you so much.
And if
This
they
is
wanna
our
get in touch.
first interaction with him, and we got to
Yes.
get you
Oh,
back.
yeah,
That's
You're
what
a
I was
powerful
thinking.
speaker.
This topic absolutely deserves
So
a
much.
It's
deeper
my
dive.
purpose and my why. And you can reach me at jmberry1911 at yahoo.org.
.org. All
.com.
right. .com.
.com.
Say it
Sorry.
again. Say it right.
jmberry1911
Okay.
at yahoo.com. Thank you, ladies.
You're so welcome.
And again, congratulations.
Yes, thank you so
Yes,
much.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ooh, Chaveevah, I feel like I've been to church. You
All
know,
right.
just come home.
I was
That's the
about ready
sermon
to-
is come home, right?
All right.
Okay. And you know, we'll never forget our birthday people. Picasso, who's having a birthday today? Or this week, between last Wednesday and this Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got Abraham Funches Jr.
All right.
Yes, Abraham Funches,
Happy
Lori.
birthday.
Funches Jr. And
Lori.
we've got Jody Cahul Escobar,
Okay. Happy
Denise
birthday.
Dale Olson,
All right, Denise. Yay!
Robin Bruce Turner,
Yes, Robin.
Chantrice McGee,
Oh,
All right.
yes. Who's
Sherry
that?
McKinney,
Okay, Sherry.
Lynn Campbell.
All right. That's my cousin.
All
Oh,
right, cuz.
Lynn, happy birthday.
We've got Darvell James
Oh,
Hey, hey.
Darvell, marching for the darkness.
Yes.
and Cecil Tillman.
Okay.
Also Naya Winter,
Nia.
Nia. That's my
Nia
daughter.
Winter.
Yes.
That's right.
and that's Toyja
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Toyja.
Last but not least, we've got Ty Rostak.
All
Yay,
right.
Ty,
That
the
concludes the
lumberjack.
birthday party for this time continuum. Back
That's-
to Rocki and Chaveevah.
All
Yes.
right. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday to all the birthday people.
Yes. And now we're going to sing because we heard you really got a great voice. Are you tenor or a bass?
Second tenor.
Oh, say,
Well, I
oh,
was,
he
no,
he
no,
gonna
no,
claim
no,
it.
All right.
Right. Let's
Be
see.
specific.
What are we singing? Happy
Second
birthday?
tenor.
We're singing the Stevie Wonder version.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
got it.
But you know, me and Chaveevah got the lead because it's our show.
That's your show?
Okay.
I'm glad you're leading.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Chaveevah, we want to change because I'm tired of singing my part all the
Okay.
time. We'll sing mine.
I'm sure you will agree
It wouldn't fit more perfectly
than to have a world party.
than the day you could be.
Happy birthday to ya.
Happy
birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to
He
ya.
really can.
Happy birthday.
Woo! Yeah. And we was
did.
almost on time, Chaveevah.
Yes, almost.
Yeah, he's like a preacher because he kind of knew when it was time. I had to write it down. I was like, look, you got a little bit more because it's so good. You want to hear all of it.
That's
and that
right.
diversity and inclusion in part was so important. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you both very much for a wonderful show today, talking about education, talking about our children, and we could just go on a little bit longer, but we don't have no more time.
That's right.
So-
And don't forget, you'll all get a chance to win one of these books that she so generously donated to us.
Yes.
And congratulations to our dear friend Shirley Houghton, and thank
That's
you for
right.
hanging in there and watching with us. Until next time, we want all of our viewers to do more stuff that makes them awesome, like
That's right, like Audrey and like John,
John.
because
it makes us all look good. See you next time.
All right, we want to thank our sustaining